Manitoba's goal is to get to net zero emissions by 2050, but what's the plan to get us there? Well, today the provincial government unveiled its long-term plan to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Let's bring in Taylor Brock now with more. Taylor, take us through this plan.
Well, Marilee, it's a 43-point plan and touches on everything from agriculture to transportation, plus a shift to renewable energy. Among the highlights are a new Climate Change Committee of Cabinet tasked with making sure all policies consider climate risks and opportunities, partnering with Indigenous nations on clean energy projects, working with the business and education sectors to make sure new technologies lead to jobs, and that young people are taught about career paths in a low-carbon economy. The province also wants to have a net zero electricity grid by 2035 and reduce northern communities' reliance on diesel and fossil fuels. In agriculture, the plan calls on the government to shore up beneficial management practices, focusing on emission reductions, carbon sequestration, and transitioning to low-emission energy systems. And the plan calls to build up public transportation province-wide and Manitoba's electric vehicle charging infrastructure.
Well, one of the things that I hear as minister and from the experts is that typically you want a charger about every 150 kilometers or so. And so we're currently mapping those things out. Really exciting piece of that Manitoba hydro charging stations right to Thompson, so that people in the north, people in rural communities can have that pathway from Winnipeg all the way up to Thompson. It's going to be 6 charging stations. I believe they're going to have about 4 ports each, if I'm not mistaken.
So, Taylor, any reaction to this plan so far?
Well, yes, Marilee. We heard from the PC government and climate change critic after question period in the legislature today. Greg Nesbitt says the NTP government was slow to come up with the plan and that it's short on detail.
I think it's remarkable that this NDP government is 2 years in, and this is the first time we've heard serious talk about the environment. So I would think that perhaps the Premier and his colleagues are pandering to the environmental people and just putting this out without much detail.
Environment and Climate Change Minister Mike Moyes says the plan is going to be broken down into actionable 3-year plans, the first of which he says is already in development.
All right, thanks for this, Taylor.